we're going to jump to our concluding component of this, which is about engaging learners. But in some ways, it's not about engaging learners, it's the learners engaging us. And what I mean by that was a huge driving force of the center that got Nancy Asher's attention was the fact that people like Rebecca Maine really wanted it to happen. And when you have quality medical students who want global surgery to happen, the chair is going to listen. And so Rebecca forged her own path. But she and Jessica Beard were a huge driving force behind the impetus of Nancy Asher really allowing us to move forward. So it's a pleasure to introduce Rebecca Maine.
Thank you very much. I'm very, very excited to be a part of the launch of this center and to be able to speak in front of so many people that I have admired in global surgery for so long. My interest in global surgery actually started as a medical student here. When I was a third-year medical student on my surgery rotation, I had the opportunity to meet two residents who had been doing global surgical work. I had come to medical school knowing that I wanted to do global health like lots of people, and like lots of people at the time, I thought that meant I had to do infectious disease or maternal health. But when I met these two and they showed me the papers that people had been doing, and they talked to me about the projects they were working on in Uganda, I was really excited and I felt assured that this interest that I had in global health could be matched with my new excitement for surgery. And as my time on my rotation finished, I knew that I wanted to be a surgeon and I knew that I wanted to do global surgery. And I started to look for research projects to spend a year as a medical student doing. They pointed me in the direction of lots of people who were doing different projects and helped me to find people who might have been doing work in the area. And I always wished that there was a place where I could go and just sort of learn about all of the different things that are going and where you could go for a one-stop shop. Like I heard mention that one of the upcoming residents has a project that's being sponsored at the center. She has a place to come and look for that. And I always hoped that that would be here. I was able to connect with a plastic surgeon and an anesthesiologist and to set up an amazing research experience in Ecuador. We looked at the outcomes of children who were treated on cleft palate missions. And we found that the fistula rate in Ecuador was 50% compared to a fistula rate at UCSF of 2%. And this inequity was really striking to me, just like anybody else who's been doing work in global surgery. And it left me with several questions. Was this the same in other places? What was driving these differences? And then what could we do to improve the outcomes? And I searched for medical students who were interested in the same thing informally so that they could go on and do the next steps of the research in Ecuador. We were fortunate to find somebody who then did the project in China and a similar project in Nepal, but I was never able to find somebody to go back to Ecuador and look at how to improve the outcomes for this population that I've come to care for so much. When I returned from Ecuador, I was fortunate enough to be involved with the talks that were going on and the conference for GPAS in 2010. But it was really a lot of effort to sort of seek out these individual experiences. Again, I was hoping that there was a place where you could go on a regular basis and connect with the people that were doing this work. I decided to stay at UCSF for residency in part because of the support the department had always had for global surgery. But the residents in a couple of years ahead of me hadn't been as passionate about global surgery as some of us were, and so there were no ongoing projects at the time. And so when it came time to pick up a place for me to do my research, I ended up taking a formal global surgery fellowship at another institution. And the big takeaway I took from that experience was the formal structure of collaboration and the lifelong bonds that I know that it has formed. I know that I will collaborate with my co-fellows wherever we end up institutionally, whatever countries we end up working in, and that collaboration will help us to do better work and more meaningful work. And I'm really excited for this center to be launching so that at UCSF we can have that same place to create connections for learners and to develop those bonds that will last throughout our careers. And just today, I've been reminded of how much amazing work is being done at UCSF that I'm not even aware of. I mean, there's lots of things that I've heard today that I'm like, oh, those are great projects, and we could have been learning from each other a lot more along the way as I worked on projects in Rwanda last year, or as I've been a resident throughout my time here. And again, I'm really excited that there's going to be a place where we can share our knowledge and share our effort and maximize those limited resources in global surgery to maximize the outcomes that we all achieve. So again, I'm really honored to be able to speak here. I'm really be launching. And I'm more excited to see that global surgery is being recognized not just as an important part of global health, which it wasn't as formally when I started off, but also as a part of academic global surgery. And so it's just as important as looking at bench cancer research. And I'm really excited for us to have a place for that future residents and future students will be very aware of that. I'm looking forward to collaborating with all of you over the next year of our residency and well into the future. And I thank everybody very much for their efforts to get this center together.